Hello, welcome back to Mr. Orr's Flip Classroom for Grammar. Continuing with subject-verb agreement, today looking at compound subjects. Remember that a compound subject is two or more subjects which are joined by a coordinating conjunction. Coordinating conjunctions are simple joining words like and, or, but. Or if you use the acronym FANBOYS, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. Other tips for subject-verb agreement when it comes to compound subjects. If and is like a plus sign, then 1 plus 1 always equals more than 1. In other words, as soon as you see and with the subject, treat the subject as though it were plural. Replace the subject with they to check for agreement. If agreement for you is what sounds right or sounds familiar, then you have to put the correct substitution in the sentence in order for it to work. In this case, if it's plural, treat the subject always as they. You also can use that when working with indefinite pronouns from the previous lesson. You can treat they as the plural and it as a singular. If or nor are used with the subject, use only the second subject to determine agreement. In other words, take whichever comes after the or, whichever comes after the nor, and use only that subject. Ignore the rest, even cross it out if you need to, in order to determine subject-verb agreement. Some examples follow. Final note, watch out for compound nouns that are treated as one noun. Foods like spaghetti and meatballs or macaroni and cheese. Those are one dish, one item on a menu. If you're a fan of old school country music, then Brooks and Dunn, that's one musical act. Even though it's got two names in there, you can think of it like a movie title as well. Same idea. If it's one movie, doesn't matter if there's and in the title, it's still one movie. One book is one book, and so on. First example, Transylvania and Pennsylvania is or are close neighbors. Okay. In terms of that, it's a simple and in there, so we're implied to go with the fact that it's plural, and therefore we use that, are. Second example, neither the Beatles nor Jimi Hendrix is or are remembered for their taste in movies. Okay. For this one, we have to look at what comes after the nor. In this case, it's only Jimi Hendrix. So Jimi Hendrix is or Jimi Hendrix are. In this case, it's Jimi Hendrix is. It might seem like I've oversimplified matters, but actually, it's not that complicated. If you know when to use both and when to only look at one of the two subjects, then it's not terribly complicated. Your steps should still be finding the verb and circling it, identifying who or what followed by that verb, and those are simple subjects. If you have more than one simple subject, looking at a compound subject, especially if you find a conjunction between them. Get to the practice and good hunting.